Ooh, first I want to thank God. Come on, give God a hand clap, please. The entire SDC family for 60 years of service. All of the people who are in attendance, my family, friends, you know you are. I don't have a lot of time, but thank you. Miss April Fortune, of course, and our keynote coming soon. I just want y'all to listen just for a minute. Hey, bruh. I was in her SDC office about a month and a half ago. She was busy scrambling, handling governmental affairs, analyzing different poverty summit endorsements, and not to mention a little executive support, and who? None other than the most respectable and professional, Miss Fortson. So of course, when she first told me that Miss Erika Alexander, the great thing about her is this: a passionate activist. The exact opposite of actionless, a catalyst for change whose name has never been synonymous with just sitting and mingle. And mysteriously, it really gives me the tingles because you can clearly hear her speaking to the media using different lingo. Just so collectively, we as a people could all be one. Kind of sound like she number calling that bingo. Because see, there was a certain period of my life where I too was living single. But here's the thing though, always had a chip on my shoulder. Because entering any store, I knew that all I really could afford was getting Pringles. Surrounded by a bunch of boarded up houses with missing shingles, the wrinkled fabric of our community plagued with issues that can't be so easily ironed out, permanently pressed, or become undone with dryer sheets. Because I'm hearing tires screech from high-speed chases on dire streets that reek of oppression. Well, who knows how we arrived at this particular intersection of trash-littered lawns, way too many pawn shops, and crack fiends. So basically, all I'm trying to convey is I am a living witness to some of that same type of imagery that Max seen. Y'all remember Erika's character with the dreadlocks? Wait, hold up. Idea just popped up because the dreadlocks was cute. But what's not cute is how a lot of us don't dread being locked up. We've become desensitized to mass incarceration, which is vast in different parts of the nation, blatant systemic gimmicks that allow only the rich to get acquitted, while the rest of us dealing with jailhouse visits, a storm of arrest warrants, and more bounties. Is it just me, or whenever minorities enter the courtroom, suddenly the cases become open and shut? Open and shut. Oh, we might as well just head to Door County. It's dumbfounding trying to convince 12 people of our innocence in instances where if our pigment was brighter, then we looking at lighter sentences, and the consensus is, then it's a given that all 12 of those people surely will listen. But on the flip side, it appears that this here generation is only content with getting the biggest attention from the jury that glistens. I promise our priorities are missing like actual working doorbells and kitchen lights and low-income housing, start browsing the internet, check and see how many urban families are inhaling poisonous air. And the choice is not fair because the lead disparities between the rich and the poor are disturbing. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to quiet down. You're making too much noise in there. Because this seems any insurance other than Medicare is the only time that medics care. But if you're well off, you can call the paramedics and expect to see a paramedics there. But if you're well off, you can call the paramedics and expect to see a paramedics there. And yes, I'm aware that I repeated my speech. Well, I at least wanted to see if the parrots care. But what's fair is fair. If you wealthy, you healthy. But if you disadvantaged, then you at a disadvantage. Accidente de carro, this is Spanish. Because you're likely to be in a car accident and leave the hospital with a popsicle and just a bandage. And literally for the life of me, I can't understand it, like on what planet was whoever planned it to leave the most unfortunate stranded. But I gotta hand it to Canada and Panama. Every citizen got some type of insurance. There's no debating this. But as it stands right now, our entire healthcare system makes no sense, like an emergency waiting list. Random. I was just talking to my cousin Pam the other day. She said she was in her dorm room chilling, watching an old episode of the Cosby Show and just resting. She said her North Carolina campus reminded her of a whole different world. I congratulated her on her new HBCU acceptance, but how blacks can unify is the question. And I can already see some of y'all's expressions. I completely understand that it's not the acronym, but amongst our people, it seems like we always pushing and trying to get this weight off. I'm feeling like I'm at the gym. Whatever happened to Big Mom and them old school cats in the slacks with the matching brims? And again, I know what some of y'all probably thinking, Those times are long gone. That was the old climate. But even today, I still should be willing to give you the shirt off my back. See, sometimes it's truly okay to be closed-minded. As a matter of fact, that particular ray of light, we need to go and find it. Well, we probably won't find it. And y'all want to know why? Because we so blinded. I don't find it amusing how they use the inner city residents as guinea pigs. Liquor stores on every corner. Alcohol and cigarettes got us sitting in shambles. And I can't get a handle. Because realistically, how do you plan to physically get over any hump if you addicted to Camels? I'm talking about that type of a... I'm talking about the type of addiction where items coming up missing. Because see, I grew up in a household where everything got stole. The stove, TVs, any little piece of furniture just like that, it was off in the wind. I can remember in my bedroom, all I had was this one nightstand. And I never saw it again. So I became a runaway teen, hanging out often with friends that always seemed to end up in last place. Though they were mostly fast-paced, that's why I'm looking like this, the emoji with the sad face. And many of us still running in some of the wrong circles, which kind of explains why we in bad shape. No different than this flawed educational system that has learned to somehow castrate the minds of our youth. The proof is they no longer even believe in becoming a lawyer or a doctor's cool. They not amused. So I'm not sure if Max has seen the Queen Regine or Kyle in a while, but how are we supposed to send Claire to school if we ain't got the proper tools? They messing over tons of money. Some of these greedy legislators bleeding us high and dry. As the number of underpaid educators quadruple, and they wonder why teachers and pupils not seeing eye to eye. It's understandably depressing, financially treating us like we peasants. Because while they in the front rows making budget cuts, it's only affecting those sitting in C-section. Every week stressing on how they're gonna make it through tomorrow or how much money they can borrow. This is the thought process when a man is broke, not just random quotes. So even robberies become music to the ears. So some peers approach bank tellers and hand them notes. Amazon Prime member, but I wish I can order a few cans of hope. Because what's the alternative when you financially shaky, unsturdy, and all wobbly? I think one of the fan blades is broke. Yet every scholar got some sort of solution for pollution, but as soon as you come with a plan of growth, people be real quick to diss and dismiss you and get to waving you off, like they can't stand the smoke. But the only way to abolish these isms is to reinvent new policies and systems, and you probably a victim, so why would I cause my brother harm? If we all fighting against this animalistic, white slavery, red tape, and not ever being black, you know what? It's beginning to sound like a color farm. It's beginning to sound like a color farm. At a southern barn walking on 40 acres with a It's beginning to sound like a color farm. At a southern barn walking on 40 acres with a... No, we still waiting on our reparations. And I don't know if it's legislation, but every time we bring it up, they continue to play us over and over and over, like record stations. Honestly, I don't want to hear nothing else about it ever again, unless it's an investigation. Because like way too much noise in the ICU, it's affecting my patience. Like being awakened by a silver alert, only to find out it was just a missing cat. Seriously, what type of... I really need y'all to hear this one definitive stat, because it's a fact that missing blacks only receive about 7% of the news coverage. I'm assuming the human trafficking dudes love it. No, what was she last wearing in public? Or what color was it? Was it a shirt, a skirt, a sweater, patent leather? Was a part of it woven? I mean, you know it's bad when the newspapers won't even print off your articles of clothing, a simple outfit description, or facial recognition for the victims, letting them know that we trying to reach you. So with this type of inequality, we're gonna have a better chance of hitting the lottery than we do finding Tamika. So I speak to all of the families. With missing loved ones. I extended you my most sincere affection. That's why I will stand up here and recite until I got a Bluetooth, just until y'all can get the connection between real corrective action and actually meaning what you say with a purpose. That's why it's not a day that I'm nervous, because we deserve this. So to all my real activists still fighting the good fight, we all thank you for your continuous and genuine, unwavering service. I go by Narrator. Thank you. That's my time. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tremendous.
Thank you.
Stunning.
Thank you.
Awesome.